Eddie, we're here in Sheffield. You brought the sunshine with you. You always organise these sort of things. We're having all the boxers out here in a public workout in Peace Park in the middle of Sheffield. Talks about the undercard. Who should we look out for, particularly on Saturday?
Well, of course, the big one on the undercard is George Groves against Fedor Chudinov for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World. A massive chance for George Groves. We've seen him in those two epic challenges with Carl Froch, losing narrowly to Badu Jack in Vegas, and now a chance to become world champion. And a very tough fight against Fedor Chudinov, who, interestingly, he's just stepped into the ring. A very, very tough Russian who can punch. He's got absolutely relentless work rate as well. It's a tough fight for Groves. I see him as the slight favourite. And then you've got Dave Allen as well, who is just a complete character, challenging for the Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship against Canada's and Jamaica's Lemroy Thomas as well. Jamie Cox, one of the most dangerous 168-pounders on the planet, fighting for the WBA Intercontinental title. Andy Townend from up the road in Barnsley, challenging for the Commonwealth title as well. And three Olympians, Anthony Fowler making his debut, Lawrence Okoli and Joe Caldina. It's a stacked night of boxing, but really of the undercard picks, you have to say Groves Chudinov is the one.
Before we get on to Cox, Groves, with Cox, with Allen, are you backing the local boys here with the 27,000 people at Bramall Lane?
Yeah, I think Dave Allen's in a really tough fight. Like, you know, he's become very popular over the last couple of months, but like he mustn't be the Joker on Saturday, because it's very well being funny and putting socks down your pants at the weigh-in and
all in pink as well today.
Exactly, but you have to be able to fight, and if you can't fight against someone like Lemroy Thomas, you have absolutely no chance of winning the fight. So this is the fight of his life on Saturday. But what a story! You know, his career looked over 10 months ago. He had gambling problems. A chance for him to win a major heavyweight title in his county of Yorkshire in front of 27,000 people. It's incredible, and he has a very, very tough fight against Lemroy Thomas, who looked very sharp. Cox, I'm expecting to go in, win his first title with Matchroom and look sensational, but again, a very tough fight.
Okay, talk about George then now. We were just talking before with Johnny Nelson. It's all very well for George to look back at his career and say, do you know what, I put Carl Froch down twice or whatever, but if he puts this fella, he's got to finish him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and I was talking recently, it doesn't make a lot of sense, this, but Fedor Chudinov has got a great style to beat George Groves. He's relentless, he's a good body puncher, he can punch a bit to the head as well, and the way to beat Groves in the past is to wear him down and make him tire in the home stretch. But he's also got a great style for George Groves. You know, he comes forward, he's not difficult to hit, so I see it as a real 50-50. It's how much George Groves has got left in the tank. Again, looking at Chudinov in the ring, looks fresh as a daisy. Groves doesn't look as fresh these days. He's had quite a tough career. He is getting on a bit, and he's made £168 for a long time. How will the weight take it out of him as well? So, you know, this is a very difficult fight for George Groves, but one I'm really looking forward to.
Who do you think will win this one, Eddie?
I've always thought George Groves, but again, looking at Chudinov right now over your shoulder, and I know his team of Russians, they are bang up for this. Yeah. You know, they really need to win this fight, and I think it's going to be an absolute corker.
Main event then, everybody's looking at Kel. He looks confident. Golovkin, he took a beating. He's never gone into a fight with this muscle memory before, having lost one, has he? How's that going to affect him?
No, I think it's motivated him. Look, that fight was won, you know, almost like a shot to nothing. We felt he could win the fight, but if he didn't, he'd do great. He did do great in the fight. Now he's back at welterweight. He's made the weight sensationally well, looks incredible. Really tough fight against Errol Spence. This is many people in boxing saying this is the fight of the year. You know, I think the number 1 and number 2 welterweights in the world. Just a great fight. I really fancy Kell Brook in this fight. Unbelievably, Errol Spence the favourite with the bookmakers. I think you've got him at maybe 4-5, something like that. Don't see that myself. I see a huge talent in Errol Spence, but I see a guy with Brook who has home advantage, who has his tail up, who is ready for this fight and knows he has to win. And I would not back against Kell Brook in this fight.
Why is he favourite then? Why is Spence favourite? I mean, he's a tough fighter.
Yeah,
I think people think he's coming all the way over here.
No, hype and quality. There is no question he is exceptional. But I just think Kell Brook is exceptional as well. And I think that he has all the tools to hurt Errol Spence and to beat him. But listen, what we know is Spence has looked sensational, but he's never boxed anyone elite like Kell Brook. If he is this unbelievable special talent, maybe Kell Brook doesn't win. But he will have to beat Kell Brook, because Kell Brook is up for it. He's strong. and he's really, really excited about performing at Bramall Lane in front of his people.
Do you think that Spence is this Floyd Mayweather heir apparent as they're describing him?
I think he has exceptional talent, but we're yet to see it against an elite level fighter. So let's see it against Kell Brook. And like I said, he's going to have to show those levels, otherwise he's banging trouble.
Golovkin's trainer said what you've got to do is stop the flow with Kell Brook, because his 3-punch combinations, if you can stop that, stop him getting into a flow, you will slow him down, you will slow his game plan down. Can that happen, and what difference will it be facing a southpaw as well?
Well, I think Kell loves southpaws, that's a good thing, but I think Kell Brook's got to stop Errol Spence's flow. You know, don't forget, this guy's had everything on a plate, not in his life, but in his boxing career, and now he's going to come in to Bramall Lane with 27,000, mostly Yorkshiremen. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere. So you've got to make it uncomfortable for him. You've got to take him out of his rhythm, make it uncomfortable in the fight. So Kell mustn't give him time, let him set, let him get into a rhythm. He needs to back him up. He needs to put him on his toes. And I think he'll do that. You know, Kell keeps saying to me that this fight is going to be like Nazim Hamid against Kevin Kelly, which was basically a shootout where both guys touched down a couple of times. So that tells me that Kell Brook is prepared in his head for an absolute war. And he is. And when you're prepared for that, you're a dangerous fighter. So I wouldn't like to be Errol Spence on Saturday, but I can't wait. It's just an incredible fight.
Is Kell Brook going to win this fight, do you think?
I believe Kell Brook wins this fight by knockout.
You're emotionally investing in all your fighters at the minute. You're a wreck at the minute.
I know. And listen, I go back a long time with Kell Brook, and we've been through a lot together. So I want him to win bad. But I'm so pleased he gets the chance to prove what I've thought for a long time, that he is the #1 welterweight on the planet. Let's find out.